Moving on to our next theme. Will this be a model that future expansion teams can emulate? I talked about how they set the bar so extremely high. Is it possible for Toronto and Portland this next season to kind of repeat this success?
To a degree, I think so, but I think Golden State's going to benefit from having gone first. I think in the expansion draft, they got the pick of the best expansion draft players that were made available, at least initially, to build that initial franchise. I think they have, because of their early success, they're primed for more success. I think everybody else coming after the talent pool is going to be a little more watered down as we bring in more teams into the league. I think the idea of international talent wanting to come in, I think for international players, the bar is now set pretty high about what kind of team you want to play on, and maybe not necessarily settling for a team that you don't know where they're going to land. And again, is everybody going to have a Natalie Nakase? Is everybody going to have? I don't know if it's replicable. Right now, I think that the excitement is replicable. I think Toronto's excited about their team. I think Portland is selling season ticket deposits like crazy, and the team's coming down the line. What I'm excited about is how much interest there is from fan bases, because that means the league's growth plan is sticking and that it's not ebbing and flowing, right? People are excited to have their teams come into town. But as far as what Golden State's been able to build in year one, I think it'd be really hard for somebody else to come behind them and do the same thing.
Yeah, I think success can be measured in different ways when we're talking about expansion teams because it's to
Yeah.
the point that you were making of it's just about having a great base in this first
Mhm.
season, getting those season deposits in, getting that big fan base kind of growing early on, having a couple players buy in. If you set yourselves up to try and match exactly what Golden State has done in contending for the playoffs in year one, I think that's going to set yourself up for kind of, I don't want to say failure, but it's going to set you up for disappointment when that should not be the case. Celebrating bringing a team, the first Canadian team in the Toronto Tempo, and then bringing the Portland Fire back. I don't see them being a playoff contending team because, like you said, talent's going to be watered down a little bit. We were at 144 for such a long time. We showed that the league is a little bit bigger than that, but in a span of 2 years, we're going to go from 144 to what's that 178 very
Mhm.
quickly.
Yep.
That's going to be hard to make sure that talent is evenly dispersed, especially with this wild free agency that we have coming up. But I also say that, and then we could have an MVP caliber player going to Toronto and going to Portland that completely throws us out of the wash.
I think the players, if you see what the experienced players, veteran players in the league did with Golden State this past year, they took a very wait and see attitude in terms of free agency. Golden State didn't sign any big name free agents. I mean, they signed Tip Hayes, they got a couple of things, but they didn't get Kelsey Plum. They didn't get, they didn't get big name free agents to come because it was going to be a leap of faith for those folks. It will be less a leap of faith going forward, but every expansion team for the players that they're going to attract is going to be a leap of faith. So, what's your strategy to build your team? Is it internationally? Is it hoping to find, again, a versatile group of players and build a culture where they play together? Is it hiring the right coach who has a system that's going to fit a group of players? But I think it's for each subsequent team competitively, it's going to get harder and harder and harder. And I think, the other thing we haven't really talked about, but what Golden State has done so well, their branding has knocked it out of the park. Let's just, talk about that. I mean, the logo, the whole thing, and then the violet. I'm sorry, like the violet is the like low-key MVP of the WNBA season because the amount of gear that walks out of that arena with the black and the violet and the color scheme and things like that's just they got there first. And so for other teams, they're going to be chasing from a branding standpoint, from a how they pick their colors, from what kind of coaches they select. Like, I think everybody's going to be chasing what Golden State's done. And I don't know if anybody's going to catch up right away.